So initially, I got involved in SAVE and like food justice because I was learning about like social issues and social justice and how that affects like people's lives that I know directly and my life as well. And there are things that you're not always as aware of until you've like been, I guess, impacted by it in some sort of way, or like you research it yourself, you like, take a class or something, or like a family member who's like super knowledgeable about social issues. Because I don't think everyone talks about it all the time unless you're like in the right, unless you're in the right circles or community or you like know the right people. Not the right people, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Oh, because growing up, I guess I was a little sheltered, or like I didn't realize how the world worked really. That sounds really cynical, but yeah. Oh, and it was just like about awareness, basically. And then now that I'm working with children, I see how you should have recorded it the first time. I don't even remember like how I got started talking about that.
Hunger.
Have you paused it?
No.
Why?
Cause I'm gonna splice it. I'll just cut out these parts. Cause hunger, right?
Cause hunger.
Kids? Is that why? Hungry kids, or was it?
I mean, it was. Oh, okay, yeah. Well, it was more about like, well, it is about children, but it's more about like everything that affects them, and food is like one of the things that affect their lives, directly or indirectly. However, their access changes, like how much food impacts their lives. But just working with them, I just realized like how much more aware you have to be of like the things you say and like the way you talk about food in particular, because we like sit down and like eat lunch together or breakfast, and they like never want to try new food, and I have to be like, oh, this is like these are pears are fruit and they're so good for you. And then like I'll eat it, I'm like, this is so good. Jaden, how about you try the pears? Everyone's eating them. And then I'm like eating them, and then they'll finally like that happened this morning, and he was finally like, oh, he was like, oh, it is good. And so we're like eating all together, and that's like the only way I can get him to eat sometimes. Well, especially in the morning, because they're like super vulnerable and they're like crying and melting down because their parents have left. So you have to be like, you just have to basically redirect them into things, and like food is like one of the ways to do that. But also like the food that we eat isn't always super healthy or like nourishing for them. Like we're on like a food system, like a food plan or whatever, but some of the food is like canned food, and obviously you can't provide like homegrown or like natural food for everyone because there's just not enough food. But this is like steps in the direction of like having that access for everyone. So like it'll be like a chain reaction. We're setting the new normal or whatever the saying is.